It disturbs mentally to know that this kind of thing was actually happening here. I didn't know I was living with a kidnapper in this place. When the DSS came, they were exchanging gunshots and all that. And where they were trying to pass through the roof to run away, they caught all of them and carried their hostage with them, with the car that they carried.
The policemen then, they chained the senior guy here. He's living here. I asked him, senior guy, what is happening? The guy told me that, saying don't be. If I know it, they spoil the house, they spoil everywhere, blow gunshot everywhere. If I know it, they climb on top of ceiling, they carried 5 boys and came out, shot their legs then. Later, police people come call us, come and see the open bus like that. We see rifle. 3 rifle, they say na the kidnappers that keep the rifle there.
Some of the occupants said the DSS asked everyone to move out of the estate. They, however, appealed to the security operatives to give them more time to get new accommodations.
The victim's car was actually parked in our compound. They said that's how they found them. The victim's car had a tracker, so that's how they got to the compound. The car was parked there. It's a black car. But they came back again on Tuesday, 3 a.m. I'm still hearing noise. They were clearing the items in those kidnappers' apartments. So when they were not saying we are going to evacuate the building, they are going to seal the compound, that they're giving us 48 hours. And it's not going down well with us because I've been looking for a house since yesterday and I've not even found an apartment.
The thing is very painful because everybody is stranded. We don't know where to park to right now.
Nobody expected this to happen, and because of the situation now, everybody is on edge trying to look for where to go to right now. In fact, no, since the incident, nobody has been sleeping here because we don't even know the next action that anybody is going to take.
It is not clear who carried out the arrest. The police and the DSS are yet to speak on the incident. In another development, policemen have been deployed to Azikiwe Street axis of Diob in Port Harcourt, known to be a major hideout for cultists. It followed the recent police raid of the 4 brutals and a known cultist den used as a logistics and planning base by suspected cultists. Our correspondent gathered that petty crime and other forms of harassment have reduced in the area following the raid. The national coordinator of the human rights group, Prince Wiro, says the River State Commissioner of Police, Effiong Okon, has assigned the petition written by shop owner Francis Gideon, who accused a policewoman of burgling his shop. Mr. Wiro tells our correspondent that the petition was assigned to the human rights desk at the police headquarters 48 hours after the complaints. Recall that Francis Gideon expressed disappointment with the police authority in the state over their seeming silence on the petition he wrote to the Commissioner of Police, Effiong Okon, after he alleged that his shop was burgled by policewomen. Moving on, Governor Nyesom Wike has again apologized to former APC National Chairman Adams Oshomole for working for the re-election of Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki. Governor Wike spoke at the inauguration of the 8th flyover in Rumi Prikam Obiakpo local government area of the state.
You know, I came to Edo State to make sure your candidate didn't win the election. And I was virtually in charge every day coming out on television to take you on. And I say you will not win and that you didn't win. But that assignment has been done. But we now know who is who. I want to tell my people I sincerely apologize to you. But you too, you prepared me here. During 2019 election, you sent in all the soldiers in this world. But the people stood firm and resisted it. So you did me one, me I did you one.
On his part, former governor of Edo State, Adams Oshomole, denied using security agencies to disrupt the 2019 governorship campaign in Rivers State.
The only thing I like to deny, because it is not the truth, Your Excellency, I have never been a commander-in-chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces. I was even told when I was growing up that by my height, I am not eligible to join any armed, whether Air Force, Navy, Army, Police. if anybody use up the armed forces against you and you can prove it, Attorney General, you are here. The sin of one man cannot be visited on another. I deny I never did that, and I will never do that.
A political scientist, Obina Wanodi, says Executive Order 22 is capable of reducing participation in the forthcoming 2023 general elections in Rivers State. The order prohibits the use of premises, buildings, and sundry structures in residential areas as campaign offices by political parties in the state without government approval. Dr. Wanodi tells correspondent Soibi Ruwari that the order, if not rescinded, will stifle democratic participation. Dr. Wanodi, who is a lecturer at the University of Port Harcourt, is also worried that the executive orders by the state government may prevent electorates from making informed decisions during the 2023 general elections. Still ahead, police shot Ekiti Assembly Complex over security threats. Stay tuned. We go for a quick break. Thank you for staying tuned. Welcome back now to the rest of the news. The federal government has insisted that university lecturers will not be paid for work not done in line with the no work, no pay policy. The Minister of Education, Adamu, made this known during a briefing with a State House correspondent in Abuja. The minister also denied an allegation made by the president of ASU, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke, that paying the lecturers on pro rata basis was a ploy to make them casual workers. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved over 130 billion naira for the payment of security debarment allowance to all retired soldiers in the country. President Buhari made the announcement on Wednesday in Abuja during the official launch of the 2023 Armed Forces Remembrance Day emblem and appeal fund. He also announced the donation of 10 million naira to the Nigerian Legion on behalf of the federal government. The president assured Nigerians that his government will continue to strengthen all security agencies to enable them overcome the security challenges in the country.
I approve the payment of security debarment allowance to veterans with effect from 2017. However, in order to capture all veterans hitherto excluded from the payment of the security debarment allowance, I have approved a review of the effective date of the MAFA 2017 accordingly.
Police have shut down the Ekiti State House of Assembly complex 24 hours after electing a new speaker. Police Public Relations Officer in the state, Sunday Abutu, said the action is connected to an intelligence report of a possible attack on the Alo chamber by criminal elements. He said police are investigating the source of the threat to peace at the state legislature. Police and officers of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps were seen at strategic locations around the assembly complex. Staff members of the assembly were also sighted trooping out of their offices to their respective homes. Some filling stations in Port Harcourt are still closed for business this morning, renewing fears of petrol scarcity in the state. Some of these areas include the Eleme-One axis of the East-West Road, Old GRA Road, Eligbolo and Choba axis of the East-West Road. The filling stations that are open are selling for between the prices of 200 naira and 240 naira per litre. In business, the Senate has resolved to provide legislative support to the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) for the redesign of the 1,000 naira, 500 naira and 200 naira notes. The upper chamber made this resolution after a heated debate on a motion on CBN's policy to redesign the 3 naira notes. In entertainment, Nigerian pop stars Tems and Burna Boy were among the nominees for the 65th Annual Grammy Awards announced on Tuesday. Tems was nominated alongside Future and Drake in the Best Melodic Rap Performance category for the song Wait For You. Meanwhile, Burna Boy received a nomination for the song Last Last in the Best Global Music Performance category. In sports, former England and Chelsea defender Gary Cahill has retired aged 36. Cahill won 8 major honours during his 7 years at Stamford Bridge, including 2 Premier League titles, 2 FA Cups and the Champions League.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
On the foreign scene, another 4 people have been sentenced to death in connection with the anti-government protests in Iran, bringing the total to 5 since Sunday. Revolutionary court in Tehran said one of the unnamed defendants hit and killed a policeman with his car. The second stabbed a security officer, and the third tried to block traffic and spread terror. The fourth was convicted of a knife attack. Human rights activists condemned the death sentences, saying they were the result of unfair trials. On the news this evening, you had security operatives have arrested at least 5 suspected kidnappers and rescued a victim in Rumekini Estate. Governor Wike has apologized to Adams Oshomole for supporting Obasiki's re-election. Federal government insists on no work, no pay for lecturers. On the foreign scene, 5 protesters received death sentences in Iran. The news was edited by Martha Okere. Cloudy weather in Port Harcourt this evening. Collect your PVC and vote. Your vote is your voice. I am Kalada Kurubatibo. Good evening. Stay tuned.